Coming up in this week's episode, we are doing a foundation for a new build house in Royton, which is going to cost the homeowner thousands more pounds because of trees.
Also, we have Project Wilfrid, which is a start to finish 1 day piled extension for a residential customer.
And Rhino here have hit their first milestone. We have our first hater.
It's Thursday today, overcast. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, and we're going over to Operation Tandle for the first time. At least it's the first time for you and me, because we've never been there before, but our piling teams have already been. So we're going to go and check it out. It's a little bit late in the day just because there were a lot of background things that Jamie, myself and Brad were sorting out earlier today, just making sure that the next video that goes out is going to be extra good, so we're taking extra steps. In the meantime, we're about 24 minutes away. Cue time lapse. I believe we have found our Rhino piling team. And it's Jaden! What do you mean?
Why are you here?
I missed you.
You're not allowed to come here.
Well, I'm here.
We're waiting for a portal. So I'm going up there to the cafe.
Alright, so it looks like they're making some cages up. 2 piling vans. Hello! What's going on here? Huh? Like a cake? 20 cages? That's a lot of cages.
It's a lot of cages.
From scratch? And when's concrete on for this?
This afternoon.
It's not this afternoon.
Next Tuesday this will be concreted up. Oh, I know where I'm going to be then. I'm going to be here.
Nice pump job.
Well, it'd have to be a pump, looking at it, because you can't barrow the concrete all the way down to here. So you've got 6 piles left.
We've got 6 piles, I think.
Right, 6 piles left to do, then cut them down.
We'll put one of them on.
Mirror. The piles coming down here, 8 of these, which are distinguishable by that, which is called a slip sleeve. 8 of these needed pre-augering because of the trees here, and also because there's a drain pipe that runs all the way along this trench, so it needed pre-augering. This job is a start to finish new build house. We've got almost all of the piles in apart from 6, so there's 6 more piles to go out of 23. As you can see, John T's installing the heave protection there. So the pile is being driven just underneath that tree, which ironically is one of 2 reasons why this property needs piling altogether. The second reason is our usual culprit in this part of the world. Clay complicates a lot of things when it comes to construction because it's a bit of an anomaly. It shrinks and swells depending on the season that you're in and the heat, but of course in this country the weather fluctuates so much that it shrinks and swells at a much more rapid pace and can cause serious subsidence problems. Coming up on the drone now, we're going to just see if we can count these piles. Exactly 23 piles, yeah. Bring it down gently in between these trees.
Right, what, directly behind it? Is that 2 more days on site?
Checking other cameras in businesses in the area to see if we can pull that back over.
I'm just leaving site now. They've just packed everything away and they're just tidying up a few bits. After our compressor issue, they're just making sure that nothing's left behind that could potentially be stolen naturally. So far, with the piles that they've driven since I arrived here, at first they needed to drive 6 more. I think there's only 3 more to do now. Well on the way to getting it done. It's Thursday today and they've got concrete booked for this site with a concrete pump on Tuesday. So chances are they'll have everything ready for it before Tuesday, but we shall see. In the meantime, that's a wrap for the day.
So we have our first hater here at Rhino. So on Wednesday, Jamie came in to me and so we had a comment on our YouTube video and they were talking about how we have been unprofessional. So I asked Jamie to find out who they was so that I could address the issue. Before Jamie managed to get a response from them, we found out by email because this person sent a screenshot of the comment they left on our YouTube video to our inquiries email to say, I have left this comment. So I had a look into it and this person was asking for a quote for a job, which the member of staff has said, no problem, send us the plans over. To which they've responded, I might be buying a company that does modular buildings, so I need some information on foundations. Can somebody do a Zoom call with me, please? This was at 4:37 p.m. on the Tuesday. Now, because this member of staff hadn't responded by 9 a.m. on the Wednesday, they left this bad comment on YouTube. Bearing in mind that we shut at 5 p.m., leaving a grand total of 17 minutes for this person to respond. When this person sent the screenshot of their YouTube comment, they've also put in their email, please can I speak to a manager because the treatment I received isn't professional or something along these lines. And then at the end has put Zoom call as well, please. So I've had a read through the thread and I've gone, this isn't right. I'm not happy with this. You're not treating my members of staff this way. I've then responded to this person's email, letting them know that they are requesting free advice from our company on a Zoom call, so they want to take time away from us at no cost on the basis that they might buy a business. And that they've then decided to leave us a negative comment on YouTube because we haven't responded within less than 24 hours of their demands. I've let them know that we don't want to work with someone like this. And we don't want to work with someone like this because if you think we should drop everything that we should do to jump on a Zoom call with you to tell you about how foundations work because you might, might buy a business, shows that number one, you are fucking entitled and you think our time is worth nothing. So why would we want to work with you? And then on top of that, I've got a new member of staff here who's not been here that long, who's learning to be an estimator under our estimator that's been here a long time. And you're telling me that they're not professional because they've not responded within 17 minutes. Well, at the end of the day, we don't want to work with people like you. It's that simple. We don't need your business. If this is how you're going to act at this stage, how are you going to act if you ever did become a client? Which you're not, let's be honest, because your response to my email, which was very, very professional and polite, was LOL. So, we have our first hater.
We do indeed. When it comes to inquiring about, purchasing somebody's services from their company, the first impression is the most important one, and you should start as you mean to go on. If your take on contacting a company for something that you need is, I want some information, I might buy a business, so I might go into business with you. And then you give them, let's be honest, an unreasonable amount of time to respond to it. And then your instant reaction is, I think it was at 6:47 p.m. So he hadn't even waited 3 hours for a response. He commented on one of our YouTube videos, essentially trying to drag us down and to try and create a negative impression of us for all of our other viewers, you guys. So this is why we're sitting down shedding some light on it, because I think the most important thing on this channel is that we like to try and stay as honest as possible about the comings and goings, where are people, what are they doing, what goes right, what goes wrong, and also the truth about things like this when people decide to take it upon themselves to comment on our YouTube videos with hateful things. So unfortunately, we'll never do business with you.
And the thing is, if you just picked up the phone and said, look, I'm looking to buy a modular building business, and what I want to know is, would pile foundations be suitable? Would it be more cost effective? Could you just give me 5 minutes of your time and just give me some advice? Whoever it was that answered would have just gone, yeah, of course, no problem. And he would have explained it to you within 5 minutes on the phone, because you asked in the right way, you asked for advice, and you was open about what you wanted. You didn't say, I'm building something, and then you're not building something, and now suddenly you might buy a business, and now you're leaving YouTube comments. You were just open, you was honest, you approached it in the right way. We would have given you 5 minutes on our time on the phone. It would have been nice and easy for everyone. So I think, as Kanan quite right said, the way that you approach things is so important.
Our Monday adventure. Today is the day that we're going to be laying down the rest of the heave, the rest of the Claymaster, and the rest of the ring beam for Operation Tandle. So we're headed there now. We've also got Chris and Phil who are helping lay out the clay heave and the Claymaster. So Jaden and John can get this job done as quickly as possible, which is of course what we want. So that's what we're doing. Okie dokie. Let's see how they've gotten on so far. There's Monsieur Phil. I think he might be upset about that photo I edited. Let's find out. Hello, sir.
Right.
Yeah, how you doing?
Right.
Good, good.
Just having a mid-morning sandwich.
Ah, wonderful.
From the old bones, you know.
Did Chris show you the photo I made of you?
Filthy
Phil. It just looked, the way that you were looking into the camera, it reminded me of like a Danny Boyle film, you know, like, all right, geezer, like that. Whoa. I didn't see any steel turn up this morning, but I wasn't looking out for it, that's the problem, so I don't actually know. It's only a matter of calling up, isn't it? You should be jumping for joy that I'm here. Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Busy, busy. Very busy. Okay. What's the rundown, big doggy?
It's pub in about an hour.
Pub?
Yeah.
Hour? Can't wait that long, mate.
Oh, it's got an hour.
I'll meet you there.
Need a strong lad from one end.
Oh, yeah. You prefer tire wire, don't you?
Don't do it.
Okay. As you can see from the previous footage, there's still some ring beam to be installed. There's so much ring beam that's needed that they have to go back and get some more. They're actually going to fabricate some more themselves because I think we're a little bit late on an order of ring beam. So that's delayed us slightly, but it's delayed us on the perfect day for a delay to happen. The reason today's a good day for that is because tomorrow is concrete day and they've tied in all of the beam that they can. We'll play some drone footage now just showing where they're up to at this moment in time, and as you can see there's not a whole lot left to go in. The reason I'm still here and not filming them making cages up, I have to wait for building control to arrive, who are due to arrive anytime this afternoon. The concrete going in is from Breedon's, and we've got JME, who we use a lot with a line pump, who will help us get all of the concrete where it needs to go. We shall see. Well, that's one van out of two. They must be still making cages. Nothing to worry about. Just the resident pests of this channel, wasps. Let's get the drone up. And there's van number 2. It's highly recommended to put a memory card in your drone before you fly it.
Take off.
You'll be able to see from the footage the section that still needs ring beam. If you've not seen the channel before and you're unsure what that black stuff is in the actual footing itself, that's clay heave. And the reason that that has been installed on this particular job and on others as well is because of the presence of clay. So when you build on top of clay, there is a very, very high chance that what will end up happening is it may shrink and that'll bring your foundations down, or it might swell and it'll push your foundations up. And when that happens, it causes cracks. Cracks cause subsidence, big problems in the foundation side of construction. So we've got some clay heave in there, because what it'll do is it'll contract and it'll expand itself to mitigate that problem. The concrete sits on top there, and once concrete is set, that clay heave will take all of the brunt when it comes to the shrinking and swelling of the clay. So that's one problem solved very quickly just by adding clay heave. As you can see, they're wasting no time at all with these cages, measuring out the sections they need. I'm just going to go up now, turn, so you can get an idea of the scale of this job. Got some resistance from some wind here. Doesn't seem to want to move. You can see that strong wind warning. I think that's as good a sign as any. Let's bring the drone back down now. I suppose we'll go and get our boots dirty. Again.
Building control.
No. No, we haven't had building control yet.
I didn't give you permission this time. No, for that one.
That's going in the intro for the video, that. That's your son, that.
How long's that? What your weld? 5 metres I need it.
It's actually bang up. Oh,
Never enough. Too wide?
Oh, if you're a bit worried about it, you can always spin it around.
I'm not worried.
I think he's worried.
Can't see the problem.
Did you cut me a bar that long? I'll put it in. Like a link.
Yeah, put a song on. What you got? Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Tell me that, Phil.
Yeah, looks it. Do you need a man in the middle? Do you reckon I could deadlift this? Hold that. Point it at me.
Oh, he has. Someone's had his Weetabix this morning. Need to go to you or anything?
So as you will have seen just now, the ring beam is in, tie bars are all in, pile bars are in, the clay heave underneath is in, and also the clay master, the pink stuff, is on the edges. So they're pretty much all set, ready for tomorrow's concrete. I'm going to take the footage of today and pop it into the editing software, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow. So, day 2 down on Operation Tandle. Most of the ring beam is in. The thing about tying in ring beam is that it's like every piling operator's least favourite part of the job, because it's extremely tedious. The easiest way to do it is by lying down on your belly and tying it in. It's the easiest way to do it, because you have to go bit by bit by bit. Everyone gets involved if they can. Obviously, with this site being quite a large one, it's a full house new build foundation, there's a lot of ring beam to tie in, but they've done a really good job to get it almost all done. Obviously, they're going to be there first thing tomorrow for the concrete, which is booked first thing. Apparently, we've got a pump there like from 8 o'clock. So I'll be there to film that. That's all going to look great, hopefully. A little bit about the clay heave. Something that we don't always talk about on the channel is the prices of things, just because if you want to find out the prices, obviously you can check out the website and hopefully see some beautiful recent projects. For an example, if it's something similar to what you need, check out recent projects on rhinopiling.co.uk. Clay heave and trees. You would never think that clay or trees could have such a detrimental effect on a building's foundations, but they do. For that reason, driving piles is expensive. It's not cheap, it takes a long time, and you have to have specialist guys like we have to do it. It's a very niche trade in construction, so that already sets you back as a homeowner or as a contractor. When you find out you need piling, no one's happy to hear about it. It's difficult to market, to be honest with you. But yeah, so trees, again, they suck the moisture out of the ground, and they also emit moisture into the ground. So there's drainage problems. That's why you might need piling. The clay especially is the worst for it. I mean, Jamie and I watched a video yesterday. So with the same amount of water, normal soil here, soil with clay here, the clay expanded to up to 30% in 20 minutes in a concealed area. So it shrinks and swells, and because of that, you need to take the right precautions. If you don't take the right precautions, you are guaranteed to have subsidence, maybe even as soon as 2-3 years down the line. So it's very important in this business not to buy cheap and not to buy twice. If you want to see how it's done, check out the rest of our videos. We cover it on most videos. Clay comes up often. It's a frequent problem for the homeowners and contractors, and it's a problem for our lads too, because it's harder work. But if you're going to do it right. Before we give you the closure you so deserve on Operation Tandle, and we get to hopefully see that job come over the finish line with minimal issues. We've got a 1-day residential house extension, which is the complete other end of the spectrum in terms of what we cover as a piling firm, usually done all in 1 day. This job that we're going to show you, Project Wilfrid, everything went as easily as it could have gone. Really good relationship with the builder. It was actually their boss's house, funnily enough. And it's a Rhino job through and through. It's Rhino piling and Rhino concrete. So check out Project Wilfrid. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and initially my plan for the day was to go and check in on Operation Townley, but because there's 70 something piles going in on that site, there's really no point in me going to show you more piling. So I spoke to Brad yesterday, and he informed me about this job called Project Wilfrid, 1-dayer. So there should be, with a bit of luck, piling, caging and concrete and a completed job by the end of today. 7:57 in the morning, so I'm arriving on site roughly when Ace and Scott should be here already. So we're definitely in the right place. But I don't see Ace and Scott, the piling extraordinaires, yet, so I'm going to park over here on the road. I've got a habit of turning up to Ace and Scott jobs when they've done all the piling. But this is day 1 of it needing piling, so there's absolutely no chance of me missing any piles today. That is a promise. In the meantime, as we wait. There we go. We're here.
We've not got piles in yet.
Oh, you haven't driven any piles, yeah? I'm not allowed to.
Go away and come back.
project Wilfrid. There's 5 piles, 150 mil. Interesting thing about this project at the moment is that it's quite close to an old air museum, or the Woodford Aerodrome as it's also known. Cue shot of a very nice Vulcan plane here on the drone. Pile number 4 out of 5 is about to get driven, and they're set in at 2 meters, which is perfect, which means no followers needed, so it's nice and quick. And then it's cages, 350 by 500, and we've got Rhino concrete coming in the afternoon, scheduled for 3:30, but I think they're going to move it forwards to accommodate for the fact that this is moving so fast. Done for the day. So let's see, start to finish in one day. It's that fresh a site even, but they're actually still digging sections of it out, and a grab wagon's just arrived to take all the rubble and the dirt away. It's all happening at once. So these are 150 mil piles. They've gone down to 2 meters each. They're all perfectly level. Scott mentioned to me earlier that the job that they did around the corner, because of the ground conditions in this area, they literally just drove to 2 meters each. So they got a set at pretty much bang on 2 meters. Same with this. They've all gone 10 mil over 10 seconds, and then they've just overdriven them ever so slightly to get the level on them so that they don't then have to cut all of the pile casings down, which is quite smart, made for more efficient work. The next thing that needs to happen now is the ring beam, and the ring beam's kind of interesting because it's 350 by 500, which is a bit of an unusual size for the jobs that we typically do. They're usually 450 by 500 mil, so that'll be interesting. And the next thing you will see will be cages coming out of the van.
Down a little bit more.
Okay, so an update on the job so far. Just had lunch. We're going to go over to the site now, have a look from above. It looks like the builders are doing the shuttering now around the cages, which have already been installed. So we're going to have a quick bird's eye view to see how they're getting on. Yeah, it looks like they've started that far side already. It's looking quite nice. There's people walking around making me think I'm insane talking to myself.
Hello. Aim either way, so drive in first, park yourself next to that Defender, and then back your way in, basically where their van is now.
Oh, we love Kev, don't we? Our silver van with Neil's brother.
Don't tell me they've not brought barrows.
He should have been here before them. So I hope he's not gone back to the yard thinking that was it.
What's that?
Kev with his off-road and stuff like that.
Oh, he used to have a Defender. Yeah.
Dijon.
Who's Dijon?
Mustard. Yeah, Dijon.
Mustard.
Yeah, because his kid is mustard. Rion. Bambi.
I love it.
It's quite a thing. Let's go then.
How you doing?
You alright, lad?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, your new nickname's Mustard.
Mustard?
Yeah, or no, Mustard. Or
Right.
Dijon.
What's that?
Don't know.
What is Bambi, innit?
Bambi's name, mate.
Everyone's got 12 nicknames here. I'm never going to learn them all.
That's a mum.
Hey, is that it?
Mum, mate, you have a big over on there.
What? Yeah,
Whoa, going down. Too low. How many, Kev? No, that one is. It might be just the.
Yeah, we probably built up on Saturday Sunday. It's a good tune. How many to do? 28? Yeah, 25 pints. So that's it.
There you go, it's that easy. Piling, caging, concrete, piled foundations in a single day. Started at 8:30, now 3:15, and the concrete didn't arrive for about 2 hours after they'd finished doing the cages. So, I suppose that's it. On to the next one.
Oh hey. Morning. Morning, mate. You okay? Shouldn't you be somewhere? Tandle? Last day, concrete?
Wasting no time at all this morning. It is the final day of Operation Tandle because we have our concrete arriving in the next half hour to an hour. Apparently the concrete pump is already there waiting, ready to go. I believe we've got JME, that's what I was told yesterday. JME concrete pumping, cracking straight on, getting straight over there. Oh, yeah, there is a concrete pump here. Always look so happy to see me. Morning. I think Breeden's, Neil called them this morning, they should be here.
10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes from now. Did you? Oh, banging. We should do that.
Would you like to track our vehicle?
Is that what it said?
The edge of the wagon, and the cube we got on.
That's brilliant.
Track the wagon.
Yeah. Track the wagon is really good because you can see where exactly. It's like when you order a takeaway on the app.
Sandwich and then run back up here.
Move it to where it needs to go.
Okay, so a little bit of a change of plans. So I got a call from our editor Jamie, who you've seen on the channel before, and the site that he wants to film today requires a CSCS card to even enter the site, which is the proper way of doing things, but he hasn't got his CSCS yet. So I am going to go over, we're going to swap places. He was over in Whaley Bridge, I am currently in Royton, but I'm now heading over to swap to go and film that job, and he's coming back up here to see the rest of the concrete going. He left about 20 minutes ago, so he should be there anytime pretty soon, and the last concrete wagon is on its way over to Project Tandle.
arrived as that last wagon showed up. Surprise, it's me. The old 1-2 switch, me and Kanan. I assume he's mentioned it, but we've switched, he's gone to that job. I came to this one. We're about it. Not even a cube, we're less than a cube to finish this, so. What's at the back of the garden then? Whoa, lot of wasps! Okay. Knocked my hat off on the tree. They just got real agitated. Yep, we out in nature. Dead birds, wasps, big ass rock. Here's our nearly finished house. Yeah, it's lovely. Alright, so JME have just left. Kev is heading over here with 1 cube for us, straight from the yard. I think he's just loaded up, so 30 minutes, and we'll get the last little bit done.
I don't know if this is why they go a bit.
So, Operation Tandle. Let's tell you why it cost the homeowner a lot more money than what it would have done. The reason is there were trees in the vicinity of the foundation, and when they've dug the foundation out, the ground is made up of clay. Now, the issue with the combination of trees and clay is that the trees take the moisture in and out of the ground during the changing seasons, and if a tree gets cut down or felled, then suddenly that moisture that was being taken out of the ground is no longer being taken out of the ground. The clay will swell and shrink depending on how much moisture is in the ground. Now, if your foundation is set on clay that is shrinking or swelling, this can cause the foundation, which is my right hand, to go up or down. And that's how you end up with things such as subsidence or heave, which can then be seen by cracking in the brickwork. Now, we refer back to episode 19 where we used the screw piling to lift up the bungalow. You will see on that project is cracking, and that's because of subsidence, because of clay, because of trees. And that's what happens when a foundation is not installed correctly. So, if they just poured the foundation with concrete how they was going to, in a number of years, they would have had foundation issues, which would have cost them more in the long run, because it costs more to do remediation work, such as that project that I just mentioned, than it does to do it right the first time around. So, the reason why it costs a lot more is if they just put concrete straight in, they would have only paid for concrete. Whereas to do the foundation solution for the trees and the clay, we have to pre-auger the piles, which is why you can see our excavator drilling the piles down to a depth. We then have to install a slip sleeve around the piles. We then drive the piles. We also need to install a heave protection board to protect the foundation from heave. We then have to install a ring beam, and we then have to install the concrete. So you imagine, originally you were just putting concrete in. Now you've got all these additional 6, 7 steps, which also cost in material and labour. So the cost between one versus the other is substantially more. However, the cost of not putting the foundation in right from the start and then having a foundation that fails, once again, such as episode 19, costs a lot more in the long run than doing it correct from the beginning.
Fun fact about episode 19, if you haven't watched it already, the house had already been underpinned previously once before. So we confirmed that by looking at the shuttering. Chris looked at that, he could see that they'd used shuttering, and what was also potentially dragging the house down further was the weight of the concrete that they'd used to underpin it, because they hadn't done it correct on the first attempt of fixing the already subsided foundation. So imagine how much that costs now, going off the scales that Brad's just told you. It could be detrimental to a homeowner. You know, you'd be forced to sell more than likely, or you'd have to just pony up and pay the price. So if you're going to do it once, do it right, go with us.
If you want to see episode 19, you can see it here on the link above. So tell them about Project Wilfrid.
So there's not a lot to say on it, because really conveniently for everyone involved, both the homeowner and us, the job went pristinely perfectly. The piles achieved their set just before 2 meters. Yeah, and it was all done. I mean, it was done before 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they started at 10 past 8. So that shows you just how easy it can be to get a piled house extension with us. I mean, it is just, as long as you have lads who know what they're doing, you're laughing. And all of our lads know what they're doing, don't they? So
they do.
They do indeed. So yeah, I mean, you can see sometimes things don't go your way. You've seen it a lot on the channel. It's nothing really that we can do about it other than fix it, and fix it as fast as possible. So yeah, I think the takeaway that I'm trying to make here is, if you buy cheap, you buy twice. Make sure you go with a reputable piling company with not only experience doing it for many years, but also evidence of their work. Why do you think the channel exists? We're showing you that we're capable. So if you're interested in this sort of content, please give us a like, comment what you think. If there's any improvements you think we could make, let us know, as long as you're not a troll. And of course, subscribe and turn the bell on. We put a video out every Friday. We really appreciate any support you can give us, and we'll continue to keep growing this channel and keep giving you tip-top quality concrete and piling content.
So that's everything from Rhino Weekly, and if you want to see project from week 19 that we talked about with the subsidence, you can see it here.